Ah, baby, we live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Y'all Not Ready for That Conversation. This is episode 5. I'm Ariel Chanel, and we are excited to be talking about this topic. At least I am. I'm excited as a single Black female in the United States of America uh, to be sharing about before the ring, dating and relationships in 2020. So I am going to let everyone share their names and where they're from. Starting with the two co-hosts, Lawrence and Chris, and then we'll introduce our guest.
I'm I'm Lawrence White. I am from Boston, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks for
Yeah.
being here.
My name is Chris Theodat. I'm an Aquarius. I like long walks on the beach.
It don't matter what you like because your wife in the other room.
Oh,
Hey, as long as she knows we straight.
Right. We both like long walks on the beach, which is down the street. Hey yo.
all right. So we're excited. As you all know, usually it's just myself, Lawrence, and Chris. But as we said in the beginning, we want this to be a free flowing conversation. We are not professionals. We are not experts by any means. We are just people who love truth and love the Lord and want everyone to be able to come out of this with a little more knowledge and information, and if not, the will to go and look it up yourself. So we definitely want to always bring in people with us to join in on the conversation, and today we're excited to have two good friends with us. We have my best friend, Vanell White, and also my good friend Antoine Brewster. They're going to introduce themselves to you. So, Vanell, go ahead and let people know a little bit about yourself.
Hello, people of God. I'm Vanell. Lawrence is already shaking his head at me. I've only said my name. Um, as Ariel said, best friends with Ariel for many, many years, and grew up in church together and in life together. Okay, because that's just not it. But anyways, I am a Boston native as well. Um, yeah. Oh, I currently am working on a blog called This Joy Blog, where pretty much, just sharing with people how to about the source of my joy, how to maintain that joy in today's world, which we know is troubling. But follow This Joy Blog for more, and that's all. Thank you very much.
Hmm. Yeah, what's going on, people? This is Antoine, also known as DJ Triple Threat. I got my hand in many different things, but I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm a DJ. I have a podcast slash mix show called Word on the Street. I'm also part of a group of other guys. We have a sports podcast, 8 episodes in, called the All Pro Bro Sports Show. Say that 3 times fast. And I'm also going to be leaving my long career in finance to go into a pastoral residency in 2 weeks. And within a year, I'll be planning a church in Dorchester, which I am also born and raised in. So it's kind of me in a nutshell and all the things I'm doing right now.
Word, congratulations on that.
Thanks.
And congratulations to you too, Vanel, for starting the blog.
Thanks. I'm trying to stay committed. It's hard, but I appreciate the encouragement.
Oh yeah, we're in public now, so I can't be a jerk. I gotta be nice.
They'll find out sooner or later. It's fine.
All right. Well, thank you all. Thank you both for coming in, being a part of Y'all Ain't Ready for That conversation today. We are going to jump right in it because I'm pretty sure we all got a lot that we want to say and talk about. For myself, I have been single forever. And so and so something that I've noticed is that growing up, dating wasn't really a thing that was like, or relationships, dating, all of that conversation wasn't really taught like that. Like we had, shout out to Vanelle's dad, Elder White. Like we did have sex in the Bible seminars and different things like that. But outside of that, that was about it. The conversation kind of stopped there. And so I just wanted to open up the floor to ask you guys, like, what was it like for you growing up, like learning about dating and relationships, you know, and yeah. So anyone can start, whoever wants to say something.
Mine's are short, so I'll go. Coming from a household of a father with 2 daughters, it was get to know God, get to know your books, and then we can talk about anything else. So yeah, that was pretty much it. And of course, you know, mischievous children try to, you know, switch those things around as time goes. But yeah, as far as I know, it was get to know God, get to know your books. So shout out to my dad for that. But you know what? I'm actually grateful for that because that kept me out of a lot of trouble. Okay, because I'm glad I know God now because before I try to get to know some of these other things. But that's another conversation. God bless.
No, that's this conversation.
Yeah, that's literally this conversation.
Gonna dig into that one, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
So put a note in that.
Right.
All right, the pin is there. Okay.
Right. Asterisk.
oh. For myself, my dad and I had a lot of conversations around dating, women, marriage. He would share his story with me, give me advice, and even a lot of times ask me questions, see how I would answer in my foolish youth, thinking I knew everything back then. But he would lovingly correct me and give me the right guidance. And I personally didn't want to date until college. And I was just on purpose because everyone I knew from high school, except for like 2 couples who are married now, no one stayed together. So that's part of the reason I had foresight to be like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till college and have more stability in my life. And that's when I finally started dating. I was able to take a lot of those lessons and still had a lot to learn, wet behind the ears, as the old terminology goes. And I've learned a lot since then, obviously, with failures and successes with dating. But my upbringing was mainly like, you know, a lot of conversations and affirmations and correction, which helped me just to be mature when I did start dating. So I'm grateful for that.
Nice. Linda, Chris? I was gonna say, Chris, did you freeze? Let's do the.
Chris, you want to go first, or?
Sure, I will go. So, I guess my upbringing around like dating and sex was.
What does that spell?
No, but
Bad word.
you know, good Christians don't know. No, like it's actually funny. Like in the home, like parental wise, it was non-existent. Like my mom was not about that life. Like I think I had like, was it sex ed in the 5th grade? My mother would not sign the permission slip.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amen.
And then I was watching, what was it? I don't remember Married with Children. So I caught myself watching that show, and there was a scene in there with Peggy asking Al, let's have sex. And I turned to my mom, what sex? And she told me I couldn't watch that show anymore.
Oh man.
And that was my sex ed, guys.
Wait. So before I answer the question myself, how old were you when you were able to actually have these conversations with your mother?
I'll tell you when I find out.
Oh snap! Oh man, he learned in the streets. Oh no!
Hey man, listen, I belonged to the streets for a long time.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Hell.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Hell.
But yeah, so for myself, as far as sex was concerned, my father told my brothers and I like the truth about it when we were very young, because I remember him saying that he never wanted to lie to us about things like that. So we knew. I honestly can't remember how old I was when he told us, because young kids will usually ask their parents, where do babies come from? And then my father, in his way, he broke it down. He broke down the science. But he didn't. He did. I mean, we were children, so he wouldn't have had to do this part. Like, he didn't really talk to us about relationships. You know what I'm saying? And how to be in them. Like, he told us how to get girls, but that's something different. You know what I'm saying? And then also with me being, my younger brothers in the comments. He said he brought it up when we were mad little, and I had no idea what he was talking about. My brother, and this is how I know we were mad young, because even though Kyle may not remember, he asked all the time because he thought it was hilarious. He asked to the point where I was tired of hearing him ask that question. And I was like, come on, fam. Like, what are you doing? Of course, I didn't say fam back then. I was like, hey, bro. But but I think the benefit of that is, one, I knew the truth, and then two, when I got old enough to where those hormones were raging and all my friends were bubbling over, trying to get it, I was like, I already know about it. Like, it is what it is. Like, it was just regular to me. But as far as dating was concerned, I've never really dated like that. I've always been kind of weird in that way. Like I'm still trying to fit. That's actually why Antoine and Vanel, we asked you guys to be here, because even though myself and Ariel are single, neither one of us are really dating, anyone at this time. Like,
You just said neither one of us are dating, period. There ain't no.
You guys, it takes so little for me to just.
We can be honest.
I'm just saying,
I'm trying to be professional here, okay?
I'm just saying that, I mean, there's a lot that kind of goes into it. I have dated off and on since I've been divorced, but nothing super serious because of some anxieties and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and so that's not just something that I dealt with recently. I realized that's something that I've been dealing with my entire life. So I never really put myself out there like that. And it wasn't until college, which was 20 years ago. So dating now is way different than it was back then. And dating now makes no sense to me because I'm old.
I am so glad you said that, Lawrence, because that actually brings me to one of my questions that I have.
Mhm.
So, as you said, dating now, we're in 2020, aka the upside down. And
Amen to that.
being in this year, everything is different. And so, majority of us, actually, yeah, like all of us, are 80s babies, 90s raised. So we've seen a vast majority of examples of what dating is. But what I wanted to know is, what are your ideas of dating and also courting? And is courting even still a thing? That's my question. Also, before you all answer, I'll give you a second to think about that. Just I'll let you rummage that out over in your brain. For everyone in the comments, please let us know, everyone on Facebook, what you think as well. What are your thoughts? You know, what is dating? What is courting? Are they the same? Is courting a thing? Let us know what you think. Shout out to Charlie and Candace. Um, in the comments, I see you, Candace said, "Sure, is it scary?"
So, I have a question. So, if I believe correctly, dating is literally just the act of going out with the person on a date. But the period of what people would think of as courting is like an exclusive relationship, sort of with intent, correct?
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think
Okay.
most of us.
I
agree
feel
with you.
so smart. Thank you. Okay.
Well, I think it's good that you asked that question, because I think people kind of made up their own definitions for these things.
Right.
So, you have to be clear, when going into something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Candace said, before we go to the next person, that dating is like this pandemic. I just wanted to point that out.
What? You're not sure what you'll catch from who?
Oh no.
You know what? Yeah, I'll see y'all later.
I'm gonna let that breathe. Yep. Make it clap.
Oh,
The clap. Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh my goodness.
This is Lawrence's spirit from beyond the grave.
Oh gosh, what? Oh man.
Oh, wait, I forgot what the question even was. Yo, y'all mute Chris, okay? Because he's
Listen, I am in the zone tonight, so forgive me in advance.
Yo, I already know this is gonna be fun.
Listen, I'm pulling up from 3 tonight. Just
hey, you got it. You got the ball.
On your Marcus Smart tonight, Chris.
okay. Just give me the rock.
What was the question, Ariel?
Here we go.
Right. Ant know the deal.
Yeah.
The
All my
question
friends in the show.
Dating, courting, what is it? Are they the same? Is courting still a thing?
No.
What are your thoughts?
The anxiety that sits on me with this entire conversation, right? Because
it's a safe space.
So thank you so much. Chris.
It's just on the internet forever.
So here's the thing about dating, right? Because let's I guess this is a good place to introduce this concept of you're single until you're married. You guys have heard about this? You heard that?
Yep.
So it kind of creates this weird blurred line where, like, okay, you're dating, you could be dating multiple people, because it's not like, hey, I'm not saying that that's what I'm doing, but that's how some people operate. They can go on dates with people throughout the week, but until they get to some point where two people share the set, hey, like we're actually going to try and work on building something here, then it becomes the courting, correct? Now,
yeah,
I don't know who those people are, because I can barely get one date with one sane person, But if you could be dating every day of the week, like changing dates like you change draws, more power to you. But where are they? Where are more of those? I don't understand. I don't know. But maybe I'm too picky. That's another conversation again.
No, again, that's this conversation.
Yeah, that's still this conversation.
Put a pin in it.
Right. There's you got 2 pins on vanilla already. All right. So I've always heard. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've always heard like I feel like I've heard courting and dating kind of interchangeably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think it is like best to define those terms outright so we know what we're talking about when we say it. And I think I am going along with what is that? I am going along with Vanel's definition of dating is more casual and more I'm not gonna say free, but it's more casual, it's lighter, and courting is when you have the intent to go further and you're really developing interest in future.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
I think sorry, go ahead, Antoine.
I was gonna say I definitely agree with Vanel and Chris that dating is typically casual. You're just getting to know someone. But I think there's different types of dating as well. There's type of dating where you're very intentional, like you meet someone or you introduce someone to a friend or through an app. You really like them, so you're only going to intentionally date, aka get to know them, hoping that it could lead to something serious, but not putting expectations on it. But then there is a kind of dating, like Vanilla and Chris alluded to, you kind of just dating multiple people, which at my age, that's just not a good idea. It's a bad look. For different reasons. We can talk about that later. Courting is like, yeah, you're dating with an even deeper purpose. See if we can go towards marriage. But we'll add to that, when you're courting someone, your friends and your family know this person's name or even have met them, or they hang out with your friends and family as well. There's like, they're part of your life as well. They're not just someone, oh yeah, I'm kind of just casually seeing someone. No, they're interconnected now with your life and you with theirs. Just like there's a depth to the relationship, basically.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where the confusion kind of comes in because you can, all right, so dating, yes, is more casual in my opinion, and I think we all agree on that. Just because you're not dating multiple people doesn't mean you can't still keep it casual while being intentional about getting to know someone. You know what I'm saying? And this is actually something that I'm kind of learning, like I'm kind of piecing together for myself because like I'm not really the type to date a bunch of women at one time. I don't think I have the
capacity for nothing like that, child.
Yeah, like I like working. I like doing like other things than, you know, running behind a bunch of other women. I mean, they'd all be, you know, wonderful women. They'd all be beautiful, of course, but I'm just saying for me, like that's just not how I float. But to get back to my point, like regardless of how I enter into that dating situation, even if it is like through family and friends, and I'm like, yeah, I really want to get to know this girl. If I go on one date and it's not all it's cracked up to be, there's nothing that says I have to stay there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still a casual situation, even though I guess you could say I put more effort into getting there. You know, I think once, like even if it is one person, the opportunity to date multiple people is still on the table until I decide like I want you and you alone. If that makes any sense.
I think one element that for us might be a little bit different, obviously, is the one thing that ties us all together is our faith, right? Mm-hmm. Because for me, when I sit down, first of all, at this point in my life, I ain't trying to change no man. So when you come to me, I already have some measure of faith. I'm not gonna be dealing with nobody that can't even talk to me, nothing about God. You can't pray for me. You can't, nah, bro, forget about it. God bless. I have a lot of male cousins. I got male friends right here on the screen. I don't think I need any more male friends at this point. So this whole casual thing, it might be cute the first 2 times, but after that, sir.
Vanilla got a little amen corner in the chat.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I love
I'm
it.
just saying. So this is where the whole the casual dating thing can kind of get like annoying, specifically for a Christian woman like myself, because like, all right, I'm gonna go here. Let's talk. Shut up, Chris. Let's talk about these dating apps, right? Like, let's talk about these dating apps. Like, you can have Christian Mingle and you can have all these other ones, but anybody can come on these apps. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not.
It was like back in the day when all the black people had Miente.
You know, it's just
Yo.
do you belong here?
Hey, boy. Mi gente.
You telling our people now.
Yeah.
You telling our people. But
Okay.
like I downloaded this other app, right? Of course, quarantine time. So that other faith app, and like I've told other people, like anybody from any walk of faith is on this app, right?
Mm.
At least I get to see where your head is at. You know what I'm saying? Like if I see, oh, my father was a pastor for 20 years, what does that have to do with your salvation?
That's true.
Yeah.
X on the spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I feel like for me, the whole dating casual thing is got a quick X.
Sorry.
And I don't know. Also, somebody could be like, that's just you. Like, I'm 32 years old. Yes, those things like the biological clock and all those kind of things are in the back of my mind. Yes, but at the same time waits for nobody. I'm not wasting my time with you to figure out certain things. God bless. All right, I'm done. I digress.
No, I agree with you, Vanilla. I'm the same way at my age and where I'm headed in life. I can't do the casual thing. I need a woman who knows who she is and her faith, but mature in her faith. But also just like to have fun, who's chill, all those things, and can just be herself. If you like to eat a lot on the first date, go for it. Like to eat nothing on the first date, go for it. But keep that same energy on the next 3, 4, 5 dates. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in my 20s anymore. I don't like wasting my time with that. So I hear you on that. So
Well, I have something that I wanted to say to what Vanilla said, but I think we need to go to this chat for a
Yes,
second.
yes, we do.
The what?
Just wait till Ario reads his comment.
Yo, the chat is hilarious right
Yo,
now.
I love y'all. Y'all are my people. I love
They're
y'all.
going in on the chat.
So Anthony first says, yeah, because casual dating leads to casual other things.
It's a gateway drug.
Candace follows up and says, the guys on Christian Mingle be trying to show their Christian Mingle. Which is why I laughed the way I did.
That's why I had to mute myself and put my head down. I saw it when it popped up.
I was trying to hold it.
Yeah.
Regina shouted out Black Planet.
Fact.
Yeah, that was a spot too.
That was a spot.
Yo, the Christian Mango comment, can that be a t-shirt like ASAP? Please.
I'm not wearing that.
I will.
You and Candace can work that out. I'll connect you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
That's her IP.
And Michaela said that she's still young enough to casually date.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Absolutely think that's fair.
Well, I don't all right, so I'm gonna get to the point that I wanted to say
Yeah.
In a second, but I don't think age has anything to do with whether or not you're able to casual date. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 38. I would like to be married sooner than later. I'm not really pushing the issue, but you know what I'm saying? Even though I feel like I don't really have time to waste, I'm also not going to like push past that step. Like I'm not going to force the issue, but then also I forced it when I was younger. and we see where that got me. So,
Well, for our listeners, what do you mean that you forced it?
I mean, I didn't force it in the sense like I forced it to happen, but I was like, all right. So growing up, like I never really knew what I wanted to do for a job. All I knew was I wanted to be older, and I wanted to be a husband, and I wanted to be a father. And I figured, you know, I was exclusively dating someone who I thought had the same intentions as me. And I was like, well, full steam ahead, you know, we here. Then we got there, and then we weren't there no more. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I mean when I say like I kind of forced it. Like instead of taking my time in college to, you know, build. I mean, I had friends. I still have a lot of friends from my college, and I did go out, you know, a few times. But once I got with her, like that was kind of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was blinded to other opportunities and other things because my thing was, this is what I have. I know what I want. This is kind of going in that direction. So boom, I'm gonna make it happen here. You know, excuse me if I can make it vaguely clear. You know what I'm saying?
I have one little piece of thing I want to say. I think,
Clear as
especially
mud,
just
Lauren.
about this casual thing, really quick before you guys move on.
Mhm.
I am going to dare say, and first of all, I'm not one of these people that like to blame everything because some wrongs in our lives we brought on ourselves. Amen. But I will say that growing up, the period that I grew up in church, I don't think I really know to casually date because it was like, you know, it's a mystical thing that God was gonna send a husband, right? So like,
Let's
what does
talk.
that look like?
Yeah.
Right.
What does
All right,
that
so
look like?
wait,
There's no
wait.
casually dating there. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
Like,
yeah. Before we go there, because I think that's something important to
We
get
gonna
to.
talk about it.
Um,
Ends again.
real quick, Antoine, I think there's something buzzing on your side.
Oh, that's
That
my
actually might be
AC.
my.
Hold on.
But what I wanted to go back to the friend thing first, before we go there, and that was, like I understand what you're saying when you say, you know, you have male friends and you don't really need any more. So and then also for the people in the comments that were supporting that, like I can understand the I can understand you coming from a place of there being guys that kind of want to just keep you around but not make you anything serious. But what about having or building a relationship that's like based in friendship first? Like I feel like that's something that's important.
oh, definitely. But like, I I'm a little dramatic when I say that, but like I've made a lot of friends. Like me, I'm a very sociable person. Like I will make friends with literally anybody. But I mean specifically guys that like first want to come on to like, oh, like, you know, like we should talk and what, and then they're like kind of dragging it along. Like, bro, like what are we doing here? I think it's the whole part of like maybe portraying some sort of intention in the beginning, and then somewhere in there, either if you change your mind, that's fine, but just say that. Like I don't need you to be here. I can get back to what I was doing. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's all.
I feel you on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, unless Antoine, did you have anything else you wanted to say as well before we move on? No. Okay.
on. Nope.
Kind of spinning off from this and what Vanessa was just saying, about like the mysticism of dating and, you know, the mythical land of relationships. being that we, at least all of us on this conversation, grew up within the church, and knowing that the one thing I think we all can agree on is that like marriage was like the end goal. You know, you get in a relationship, eventually you get married and you have a family. Do you think that there is room for like going along with casual dating? Like, should you casually date, or should you only be looking to be in a like courtship, preparing for relationship?
I
Just
think
for believers.
first.
No, I'm sorry.
Was
I was just trying to get clarification.
I would say for anyone, like period. Like, but as believers, is there room to casually date, or should your focus always be like marriage?
I think that's to be a balance. When you first meet someone, you should casually date in the sense of, I don't know you. I'm not putting any expectations or hopes for marriage on you because you also do not know me. So it should be casual in the sense of it's a clean slate. First date, grab coffee, light lunch, just have fun. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be how many kids you got, how many kids do you want? When you want to get married within a year, 6 months, you're going to drive that person away. So it has to be balanced. The first, can't really put a number on it either. You would just have to know, we're just chilling for now. But as was alluded to earlier, after a while, where is it going? If there's mutual interests, common values, shared faith, all that kind of stuff, are you going to then move into something more focused? So I think that's happy medium, not casual in the sense of wasting time, but casual in the sense of like, I'm not going to put a rush on you. I just got a crush on you on some little Kim stuff. So,
So I think we should go back a little old school. I think we should be able to send our servants to go get our wives and bring them back. That's just the easiest way to do it.
This is Lawrence's ghost coming back from beyond the grave.
Oh,
did you bring someone
Chris,
a wife?
you're wildin'. Chris, you're wildin'.
Chris, you gonna make my eyelashes come off?
I guess if my name was Isaac, that would work.
What?
That or like just our parents should just arrange it and just make someone marry us.
Fam, I'm
you
not even
better
gonna
walk
lie.
out.
I'm not even gonna lie to you right now.
Yeah.
I have asked my parents multiple times, like, y'all don't know nobody. Y'all know me long enough. Y'all should be able to pick somebody out from a crowd at this point.
Let's see.
You know your father knows him, but he knows him.
Oh, my father knows that, but he's probably like,
Yeah,
Exactly.
Kyle said you got
He
a
told
servant to
me-
send.
Yeah.
he told me I was too dogmatic. That's what my father said to me one time.
Dogmatic.
Wow.
Listen,
Wow.
Wow.
he just don't want to let you know about them dudes that's out in them streets.
Right.
He's like, let me just put this on you.
No, but like
Because
back to
these
your
dudes
question.
is wildin'.
Ario, back to your question. I'm trying to be professional. Again, I'm gonna be that other person today. I'm gonna be the person nobody expects. I don't think I come from a generation that's wired to be casually dating. Because let me tell you something right now. If I see something that I like, man of God, you look like a potential husband. Sit down, have a conversation. If it ain't it, God bless. On to the next. Back to business. I don't know what is casual. What does that look like? I'm kind of jealous a little bit because like if I was in my 20s, I think maybe I'd probably be a little bit more like, okay, let's do this. But now I'm like, I probably have a questionnaire at this point in my life.
So
Check the
Michaela,
boxes off. What does the casual dating look like? Can you explain that to me a little bit? Anybody here? Anybody know?
Michaela said that she thinks casual dating is good for everyone because it helps you to figure out what you truly want. You can think you want or like something, then realize, nah, that ain't it.
Yeah. That I was actually gonna say something along those lines as to why I think casual dating is important, regardless of what age you are when you're doing it. Because, like, for myself, my whole thing is I've been working on how I communicate, just in general, and I can't always rely on talking to my friends because my friends know me. I have to get used to talking to people that don't know me and don't know my intentions to make so that I can make sure that I'm being very clear, because I'm right now, even though I'm not intentionally dating, I'm intentionally preparing myself to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I know, me being the introvert that I am, the creative that I am, and the way my mind works, I don't always say the right thing at the right time. And if you don't know me, you would think it was wrong or malicious or something like that. So casual dating gives you the opportunity to, like, just like Michaela said, like, get to know people and know what you like and all that, but it also gives you the opportunity to, get out of your circle and experience life with other people. And then, I mean, you may make a friend that can change your life without it being anything, crazy.
So, Chris, before we move on, there's a question that's specifically for you. So unlike the rest of us, right? Unlike the rest of us on this call, Chris is a married man.
Hurrah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
So for anyone watching and trying to check who's on here, he's not available. So yes, he liked it and he put a ring on it, and that was the Merlisha. So, but
Chris, teach the others, Chris. Teach the others.
That is basically the question, Chris. Since you are married, Anthony said he would like you to elaborate on how you got there in your relationship, like to the process of, yeah, I think this is it.
Sent my servant, who in all actuality is my cousin, who just needed $20.
What? I can't.
What is this? What are we doing here?
What?
I'm listening at this point.
I'm here all night, folks. No, so I mean, essentially, right? No, like, being serious. Essentially, like, I saw her. Like, I saw Alicia, saw my wife, and I pursued her with intention. I'll say that, and a part of it is on the guy too. Like, you as a man have to, like, know what you want, know the value and who you want, and go after it. Like, for me personally, like, I think I had gotten to a place, I casually dated. I did, I did had a bunch of relationships. I was kind of a serial monogamous. But I think they got to a point where there was something different, and the guy knows it. We know it. The girl knows it. Like, everyone in the circumstance, like, when it's different, it's different. Yeah, Anthony's stupid.
Yeah,
he's stupid. And I think you kind of, like, resolve yourself to, like, I think we're looking for this, like, perfect thing.
Sorry, I just look at the comments now. Anthony is an idiot. Somebody cut Anthony off.
I am ignoring the call. Like, see, now I want to be serious, and when we got all the jokes,
I can't look.
But no, like, I think you kind of resolve I think you settle in the fact that nothing is perfect. I think the problem is we are taught weird stuff about relationships, and we're taught weird stuff about marriage, and because we're taught weird stuff, we have weird expectations and weird standards that aren't really supposed, that God ain't gonna fail. I'm gonna just keep it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like you have to understand that every situation has issues. There's no perfect anything. Like, the person you're with is gonna irritate you. Like, it just is what it is. And I think when you start being taught like love is something that you build, not you fall into, it turns into a different situation.
What? You mean I can't just trip and just end up there?
What?
I can't just trip and end up there?
If you trip and fall on something, it's a problem.
Oh my.
So, but no, I think I really think there is something to being taught biblically about what love actually is, what and what married couples in the Bible actually had to go through. Like, yeah, we not reading about biblical marriage for real. And like, we're not reading like we're not reading between the lines. Like, we know, David had 1,000 wives, and like, what were they going through? Like, how was it to be wife number 36? Or
probably sucked.
It probably sucked.
How is it to be wife 1,000? That's
there
like, what's your name again?
Right.
Okay.
And then, and which kid is yours? But, or the fact that, like, at any given moment, the king would tell you, like, so I think one of my things is we read about people in the Bible, right? And we read about the Davids, the Moses, but what about the people who were just like the background followers? Like, who were they, right? And what was it for them to like have their husband just go off to war and then not come back? Or like, it's just like, what were the situations around then? I think just reading about that stuff and reading about like what love is and what God actually says our role in a relationship and in the household, I think we set our standards differently, and we make them more realistic to what He is trying to, what God is trying to shape us for.
Yeah, I wanted to say something to add on to that, because and I know I won't quote you exactly, but you were talking about being taught about biblical marriage, and I think if there was a teaching on like a biblical, like, not biblical in the sense of like Bible based, but like if there was an actual marriage in the Bible that pastors taught from as an example, everyone would be forcing their relationships to look exactly like that.
Right? So
and I think
so Bet, watch this, right? I keep seeing these arguments, right? Like on social media, and it kind of irritates me, right? Is who has priority, your mother or your wife? And you see
those things are so disgusting to me.
Right? Yeah. But then let's look at the Bible, right? What did God make first, marriage or parenthood?
Yeah, but I'm fumbling my words. But what you're describing is what I was just referring to as a Bible-based marriage, not a specific marriage. Like, you know how people will use like one person as an example for how to do everything, right? So they'd be like, well, Paul said this or Peter said that, and then they base everything off that one person. I think they would do the same thing if there was one marriage example in there. You know what I'm saying? And we're all built too different to fit one mold. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying anything crazy like, you know, you can have multiple husbands and multiple wives. I'm not going there. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, you know, there are some successful marriages where the wife makes more money than the husband. But if that wasn't the example that was in the Bible, then everyone would be teaching the man has to make more money. You know what I'm saying? Which is also kind of like an issue that a lot of people have now, you know, in dealing with successful women, right?
Right.
But the point that I wanted to share was I think that people put way too much pressure on young believers to have it all together for marriage.
Before 30.
Yeah, especially
And-
before 30.
And might I challenge this, right? I think we put a lot of pressure on marriage when in fact everybody ain't supposed to be married.
Yeah.
So there's that, right? Everybody ain't supposed to be married. That's not an everybody thing. Now, we always quote, "Oh, God said it's not good for a man to be alone," right? But you know,
But
there is companionship, there is community, there is fellowship. Okay, there is there is there is like you're not alone when you're in fellowship and when you're in in relationship with other equally yoked like-minded individuals.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I think we put this emphasis on marriage is one because it's what's been taught to us,
Yeah.
and it's one of those, you know, we think that if we don't, we're gonna fall into the pit of hell or whatever, you know, foolishness they're gonna teach us. It's like, listen, everybody ain't meant for this. So sometimes, right, when you're chasing it, you're going what it is God may or may not have for you. Now it might suck if it's not for you when you really want it, but like it's really like Paul was single, and Paul wrote most books of the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So there's purpose in your singleness, and there's purpose in your singleness, and there's purpose in your relationship and marriage. And I think once you figure out what God wants for you in those things, it'll change your mindset as to what it is you need to be doing.
Yeah.
And Chris, to add to what you're saying, Paul speaks to 1 Corinthians 7 about speaks about marriage, but he also says about how being single is being easier, and even says, "I want to keep you what is burdensome, even troublesome." It's easier to be single because you can focus all of your attention in terms of how you serve the Lord.
Bring
But
word, men of God.
if it is hard for you, it is better for you to be married. Now, echoes what Jesus also says: it's better to be married than to deal with lust, loneliness, or whatever.
Right.
Paul says explicitly, and I agree because of the season I'm in, it's been easier for me to be single, to go through seminary, an internship, now a residency, now planning a church.
Preach.
If I was married,
Preach.
it would have been tough.
Right.
Yeah, it would have been very tough if I had married a certain type of woman, but I haven't married yet. So it's been easier to go on this ministry journey, and I'm cool being single. Actually, I'm content. I can finally say that after, I mean, I've been content for a few years now, but if you met me in my 20s, well, most of y'all know me in my 20s. Lawrence can tell you I was a different guy in my 20s. She the one? Or you're like, you got that look. I'm like, what do you mean? Shut
I
up.
ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying a word.
But where
I'm over here reading the Bible
like,
app.
But now I'm in a place, and I encourage others just to pray at the Lord to give you a contentment and a heart for Him that's hungry for Him when you're single, so that if you get married, you're still hungry for the Lord, and your marriage is not an idol.
Come on.
And that's where it is. So like I think Aria, you remember this, right? From the what you call it? The seminars we were doing. What was it called?
Lost in Generations?
Yes. When I forget the preacher, he talks about, there's a book called Two Fleas, No Dog. Meaning you're looking to get your source from the other person. The other person's looking to get their source from you, and none of you are the source for the other person. And you're both missing the actual source. So mostly you're both leeching off each other. You're both fleas. You're both trying to suck the blood off everybody, and neither one of you can sustain the other person because you're not where you need to be. And I think it's what we do with marriage. We're looking for that person to sustain us, and we look for that person to fill in the gap of whatever we think is missing. That's not what they're there for.
All right, we're gonna pull it back a little bit though.
Y'all might as well change y'all names to y'all Cash App handles because it's offering time in the sanctuary.
Oh, y'all giving offerings out? Hold on, give me a second.
We're gonna pull it back just a little bit because we are gonna come back to marriage at another day. That's a whole conversation in itself. And we want to give it its due justice. But we're gonna come back before the ring.
Okay.
Before that, and I want to go back to first I want to come to the comment section because shout out to everybody who's watching with us. You all are amazing. You always are amazing, but today you all are like on fire.
I had to put my phone on silent because
I get halfway up. And you know, I love it. We love it. This is what it's about, like having conversation, community, all of that. So I want to scroll back up. Lord Jesus, where was it? Okay, Pastor Ebenezer said, I think issues related with relationships should start with self-realization. You got to be able to create and live within your own happiness before involving second person. This generation lacks ability to tolerate patience and endurance.
That's good.
That is. Kyle asked Chris if he really paid someone $20 to meet his wife. And Anthony said everyone of the 1,000 wives were named Julie after number 50. This is our comment section, guys. Like this is but moving to a question that actually I'm not gonna read Kyle's question. I'll come to Kyle and Anthony. I'll come to yours. Actually, no, I'll read Anthony's comment first. Kyle, I'll come to your question in a second. But I have another question I want to ask first. Anthony said that he knows so many non-believers that are out here looking for someone to complete them. So going back, Chris's comment about the two fleas.
And believers.
Yeah. Say that 2 times. And Anthony says that's not it, which is there's only one that can make you complete and make you whole, and his name is Jesus. He died on the cross for you. That's it. So but I want to go back to when Chris was talking and sharing about when he met Merlisha and intentions and pursued her. I want to go to that word, pursuit. Yes, pursuit. What is that? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about pursuit. And I watched something on YouTube where they were talking about who should be the pursuer, and should women be pursuing? Should men be pursuing? Should both pursue? What are your thoughts about that? Antoine, I'll start with you.
It's a good question. All right, there's so many angles you can come at that from. You can come from a biblical angle, in the sense of the old Jewish culture. You can come from maybe the Western worldview or the modern day worldview. I'm going to nerd it out. I'm going to give all three. So in the Jewish culture and Jewish heritage, a man, when he turned 30, it was an arranged marriage, be engaged. But before he can actually get married, because they signed a contract, but before he would do that, he would have to literally go away, build a home, get his finances secure, do what he had to do. And there was no timeline. It could be 5-10 years later, he comes back for this woman. You could be 40 by the time it comes back for her. And then in those days, the women married younger because the life expectancy was probably only about 50 something for women, 60 something for men. They just didn't live long back in those days. And it was an arranged marriage, but it was set up so that the woman and the family would not be without, because you had what was called a dowry, or in some African cultures, a bride price. Man would make sure he gave the family X amount of money, livestock, whatever. So a man had to be set up in a certain way to be married in those days. So now you go to Western culture, we get the whole idea of courtship. Courtship is a modern day idea. It's not a Bible idea. It's not a Jewish culture or Jewish heritage idea. So courtship, we get the whole idea of, and it does take from the Bible of how God pursues us, calls us his beloved, the apple of his eye, and he pursues us, and and wants to be in connection with us. Courtship is similar, where a man sees a young woman that he's interested in the way courtship would work in the very old school way in Europe. You would approach the family, say, I'm interested in marrying this young woman as part of your family, and you would get to know her in the midst of the family. That was the extreme of courtship back then. The family was involved in every step until they felt like you are a good man, we can trust you. Then you can go out with her one-on-one. That's how courtship was back then, and that's what a pursuit was, where your intentions were known from jump. Now, in today's day and age, with dating apps, the lack of patience, as I said before, people want popcorn, microwave, fast food results. They're not willing to get to know someone. They're not willing to even get to know themselves before they get into a relationship, or especially as men. You can't pursue a woman if you don't know God, if you don't know yourself, and you don't have your affairs in order. I would say to any young man, get those three things in order before you try to pursue a woman. If not, you're going to be like a baby boy Tyrese, wasting her time because you're still drinking milk and not eating meat. And that's one of the issues with today's culture, is we don't know how to pursue because we just want a finished product now. I heard, I think it's B. Simone. She was saying now she doesn't want a man who works from 9 to 5. You got to make that quick money. Yeah. And if he's working for a bank, he better rob that bank. He better come with stacks. Not, I got to wait until the next check. So this is an example. Men and women have a culture of how we want things fast. So we're not willing to have someone who's going to take time to approach you like it was in a Jewish culture. And okay, we're engaged, but now let me have a place to bring you to. Or the Western world idea of courtship, where it's like we're going to get to know one another in time, in purity, and with accountability. Now there's no accountability. If you want it quick, fast, in a hurry, you got to be a made man or a made woman by the time they actually want to get with you. It's so shallow, it's ridiculous. Along with Instagram and Snapchat, that give these perception of what being attractive should be. And the phone book money thing, we're thinking you got to be popping like that, but that's not real life. And you're going to end up, and if you do end up in a relationship, it's not going to last long. You're going to be hurt, broken, and bitter, and be carried on to the next relationship, because we're also a culture that stays in a place of being triggered. It's a lot of stuff with that. So I'll stop there if I keep going. So
now what you have to say, ma'am?
About what? Pursuing?
Well, I'll ask you, Vanessa. And whoever else.
Yo, her face.
Yeah. Face. I'm not it's not reckless. Come on, man. My question is, what are your thoughts on the woman in the process of pursuit? Does the woman have a role? Is she just supposed to sit there like a tree? Like, that's because I will say, before you answer, I'll say that is an issue that I have, is that for me, I feel pursuit wasn't properly taught. And one thing that I know is I live an invisible life. Like everyone, you all see me, people on the screen. But other than that, that's, that's about it. Like, once the camera shuts down, that's it. Like, where'd Ariel go? I'm like Carmen Sandiego. So, and a lot of that is because I was taught, if for pursuit, if a man likes you, he'll say something. Other than that, basically keep your mouth shut. So I could have a whole string of a list of people I could go down and be like, yeah, I like Stephen, Malcolm, this one, that one. Like, oh, but will they ever know? No, because when it comes to me, I'm like, so with that, should I be doing something? Should I not be doing something? Like, is that correct? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, so it's interesting, right? Because I have the capability to be very flirtatious if need.
Was that pause your flirt?
Huh?
Was that pause your flirt?
I didn't say that. I said I had the capability. I mean, you can read it however you want. I'm just saying.
I'm illiterate.
When would need be?
Then I actually ought to be quiet earlier.
All right, sorry.
Offline.
Go ahead and answer.
Okay.
Go ahead and answer.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. The answer is I don't know. I guess it's like to each his own, because like how do you let somebody know that you're interested without seeming like you're pushy or you're thirsty? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the other thing, right? You have all these things. Oh, she's thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to feel that, right? And nobody wants to feel like a fool, right? When they put themselves out there. But at the same time, we kind of expect guys to do that as well. So it's like, so where do we meet them halfway? I couldn't tell you. Which is why I kind of think that some of these dating apps are kind of like a cool way for people to be like, hey, you look interesting. Oh, I thought you looked interesting too. Without them like being in the middle of a party, like, hey, I noticed you from across the room. Boy, bye, you not even my type. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of situation. I like that. But me personally, I generally will wait for somebody to express interest in me. However, once you do that, I may like, hey, okay, so what's happening? Keep in touch here and there. There's going to be, earlier we mentioned it, even with the casual dating, there's going to be like an expiration date though, of when I'm like giving you the flags like, hey, you have my attention, we can do this now. And then after a while, I'm just like, God bless.
So I want,
I'm not going to be actively chasing anybody down.
Yeah.
I'm content in my savior. So please don't stress me out. I don't need it. I'm fine.
So I want to hear from the guys as well about your thoughts on like the woman's role in pursuit. But hold on, Chris, I'm gonna come to you. But I do want to get to there are a few in the comments.
Chris.
They said that she's gonna be Ruth in the fields, working hard, and let him admire her from afar. Hashtag where you at, Boaz.
I just want to say that Candace and I are friends now. Effective immediately.
Yes, Candace is great.
I can't stand either of y'all.
I absolutely love Candace. Michaela said that she feels that most women, hey, don't do that, phone. Most women were taught to sit tight and wait, and she feels that messed her up as well. I'm with you, Michaela. Like that is part of how we were taught. Like just sit pretty like a log. And Janine said that she believes women should express mutual interest and allow the man to pursue them. Give him the green light and see what he does with it.
Amen.
William Shivers, my friend, said sometimes God sends her to save you. And
what we gotta, I ain't trying to play Captain Save. No, some
hold on. What-
Save a bro.
Love you, Junior.
Captain Saver, bro.
Captain Save
Hey, that ain't the word I was gonna use, but yeah.
But Chris, you had your hand up.
So, all right. The thing about what I guess men and women can do. So, the Bible does say, he who findeth a wife finds a good thing, finds favor with the Lord. So he is doing the finding. However, he has to know where to find y'all. So the some of y'all do be on that invisible ministry, and that might be cool for y'all, but so I used to ask some people, right? And like and some of my sisters, like, yo, so where do you go? Church and work.
Be
All right.
quiet. Don't attack me right now. First of all, mind your business, Chris.
So
Nobody asked you.
and I mean they was quarantining 15 years ago. So I'm like, fam,
Oh no.
like,
That's
but so right, watch this, right? Like, I say watch this. I'm getting my preacher on. So
Yes, come forth.
but like every time you saw someone go like find a wife, the wife was outside doing something. Like they were at the well, they were in the field, like where, like, yes, wait, and then it's working while you wait. So they was always doing something. Like where are they at? Like where are y'all at? Like
Church and work. What you talking about? We doing stuff.
I think I'm sorry.
I mean,
Can we turn this into a deliverance Zoom because I was
listen,
whistle while you. They was always doing something. I'm like, whistle while you.
dude, but like no, but seriously, all
Something.
right? But like,
Something.
but that's the thing. Like, all right, cool. Like the online thing is cool. Like it is what it is right now, right? But
Right now.
even especially like if this quarantine thing is ever over, where y'all gonna be at? Like if
Probably
I ask
still
you,
in my house because
if I ask you, oh yeah, so where do you go to work in the church? Fam, who, like, if you go to your job in your church, the only dudes you're gonna see are the same dudes you see every day. And the same ones who gonna see you are gonna be the ones who see you every day. And every Sunday and every Tuesday and every Friday for Bible study and every, like, it's just the same. You're in the same pool. So like if
That's
you
how you end up with them
outside
deacons.
and who was already used by some other deaconess.
Can I shut your video off?
You probably can.
the ghost of Lawrence.
Nah, I was murdered this time. That wasn't me.
Who done it? So no, but that's the thing. Like that, I feel like yes, the it's not necessarily sit like a log and be pretty, but it's definitely like, hey, where do we find you? Like if I'm pursuing you and I found you in your house, why was I
yes,
in your
the
house?
pizza delivery man. That's what I was waiting for. One of my Uber Eats drivers.
Okay.
Not gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be looking at the picture like,
Aria.
Yo. Yo.
No comment.
Yo.
yes, for this one, you know.
Okay, Jorge.
Right?
I see you with my food, Jorge.
Okay.
Oh God.
Is it Ahmed H? Ahmed. Okay.
Ahmed. Is it Ahmed or Ahmed?
No, Chris, no, you're 100% correct. But you know, that was one of the things that I found this sort of conversation is that Christian young people trying to find places to be. I mean, aside from what museums and the movie theater, like where do you go to be?
Low key. Well,
You know,
at least here.
aside from just outside, because like, hey, on the East Coast, we on outside so much because is about to be cold.
No,
But like
we got a couple
me,
years.
I was when I was doing my grad program, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm not even looking at anybody right now because I just literally can't. And I kept telling my friends, I was like, yo, March 2020, when I finish school, I'm gonna be in these streets, fam. I'm gonna be in these streets. Look at March 2020. In my
Street said no.
house.
Ain't no streets.
The streets
And
was
now
like, nah.
look at me now. Look at me now. Just in the house.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I will say that much for being over here on the East Coast. I know when I was in my 20s.
I'm sorry, Anthony.
Yeah.
I'm turning off the comments. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah. Our friends are ridiculous, but that's why they're our friends. But yeah, when I was in my 20s and I had just been granted my reprieve, like there were places I could go to meet people. And that's what I did. Like, I mean, I wasn't out there meeting anyone specifically to date them, but I made a lot of friends that if, you know, I wanted to go in that direction, I probably could have. You know what I'm saying? Because they weren't at my church, they weren't at my job, and because it was a Christian event and it was a dope Christian event, like we already had something in common. You know what I'm saying? For believers, I'm not even gonna say young believers, but for believers, period, we don't really have anything like that. I mean, there are events that we can go to. I know, you know, I think everyone in this chat has worked with Mike on something. Even before I came back, I know, Antoine, you were putting on the Christ Jams before I came back. Like, there were events, but like even now we don't really have too much going on to meet another believer. So you kind of got to be out there and, you know, roll the dice and see what you get, which is sad.
And there were couples at my Christ Jams that formed because of Christ Jam. Legit.
Yeah.
There are people coming to me and be like, yo, I met so and so, and I think at least 2 of them are married. So yeah. Be hooking people up.
God, when you make the space for people to come together, it's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's inevitable for most people. Maybe not for us.
Yeah, I think you know, being a Christian woman who knows that without a shadow of a doubt that I'm not trying to find. I mean, we all love the hood guys, we really do, but you know, I'm not trying to be about that project life anymore, you know, like not literally like the projects, but like a project of trying to get somebody into. No, I just don't. I don't want that. Maybe I did before. Not saying that that's a testimony or not, but I'm just saying I don't want that, and it's a little fine. The church guys, because some churches don't fellowship like they used to, but that's another conversation.
That one's not this conversation.
That is another conversation.
Yeah, that's a different one.
Where do we go? Where do we go? We got to go to like the Church of God in Christ conferences.
All right, you can go.
See, all right. So you bring up something there. Don't go looking for a man that women now are loose. You gonna
I'm sure they're holding the doors. They're the gatekeepers.
The ushers.
The ushers. Yeah. Come on now.
They're on parking lot duty.
Parking lot duty. They finna be around.
Well, Suyapa said that she found her husband at a basketball game and she wasn't looking, and he surprised her. She was shook.
Said she wasn't looking, but she saw. I don't know her. I don't know.
Some of us are blessed, aren't we?
No, but what I was gonna say, actually I forgot what I was gonna say. No mind.
Antoine, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, I just encourage the ladies who are single. One of the things I think is important is you have to be available. If you're looking or hoping to be found, and a guy does approach you that you're interested in, be available. Not like totally available. Still handle your affairs. But if he calls and you're free, pick up the phone. If he texts him back. You know, a man should pursue, but a woman needs to be available and knows how to receive a man in the sense of show interest back, call him up, text him, make plans yourself. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, what I was gonna say about dang it, I forgot it again. Never mind.
Because I said something about churches not fellowshipping and having.
Oh yeah. Church dudes. Thank you. Thank you. No, I was gonna say what does that really mean nowadays? You know what I'm saying? Because me being a church dude, I am a church boy. You know what I'm saying? Like grown up in the church. But if you saw me on the street, you might not see that unless I'm wearing a shirt that says, whatever on it, like a scripture or something. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times there will be, or in the past, and not even now, but like there would be times when there would be young women around and they're talking about, they want a man that's in the church. And I'm like, and this is just an example, this didn't actually happen, but I'll be like, I'm here, I'm in the church. I'm deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm ordained. That's how deep I am. You know what I'm saying? But they don't realize it because I don't look like I'm super churchy. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't come in the Steve Harvey suit?
I ain't wearing the Steve Harveys no more. I don't put my Stacy's up. My Stacy's don't.
Them days are over.
I don't even know what happened to those. You know what I mean? I'm coming hoodied up, looking like I'm about to rob the offering.
All right.
I'm not going to. Y'all know I'm not. But that's how I look.
I don't even know what to say anymore.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you know what? I think
y'all know I like wearing all black.
I don't know. I don't know if you showing some sign on the street. Actually, probably. I think if I saw a guy walking down the street with like some sort of a Christian t-shirt on, I would more likely say something to him than I would somebody that has a Johnny Cupcake t-shirt on. Like, okay. At least
I'm just gonna carry my Bible.
Gotta like that.
just.
I mean, it's always in my bag.
You're just gonna tape it to your chest.
No, yeah, like, I think like you're like the Latter-day Saints or something.
Right.
I keep it in my bag. I'm just gonna keep it out and I'm gonna hold it up like how I'm gonna hold it like the president.
I'm legit laughing my eyelashes off. I am tired of y'all. Today
I'm just gonna walk around like this, like grace and peace. Grace and peace. Grace and peace.
No, grace
Y'all
and
see
peace,
me, I'm
queen.
in these streets. I'm in these streets.
Grace and peace, queen.
I'm in these streets, but I'm saved. Grace and peace.
Y'all are annoying. Ariel, do you have any more serious questions? Because these ones are a fool right now. How do you even get anything done with them? Huh?
We make it difficult.
Question?
Oh my gosh. I have one more. The hour is well spent. I do have one more question. This one is for fun. But we have seen lately that our good friend Marcus Houston from Immature has gotten
what
married.
Happened?
And
his name.
He got married.
He got married, and his wife
is Immature.
19. He is a smooth. Not 19.
I think he's my age. He's either my age or a little bit older.
He's like 39.
19? Does she even know him?
He went back.
19.
He went back to the Bible days.
My question is, but other than that, other than Marcus Houston, we also see all of the memes that say, she's too young for you if they're too old for you if. So my question for you all is, what's too young and what's too old for you? What's your
Honey,
thought?
I'm choosy. I am choosy. Don't even ask me these questions because it's a mess over here. And that's why my father said what he said.
Michaela said, Lord, we going here. We going here, Michaela. I want to know because age limit is also a big thing. You know, nowadays, as we see, like we talk about, you know, oh, where are the people, where are this, where are that, but these are things that play a part. Age limit, people's ideas of, you know, what's too old, what's too young. It's a question. I thought it was fun. I figured
Hold
out.
on, real quick. Did y'all see the other memes that said, "Don't worry, ladies, your husband's just not born yet"?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yep. We saw that. Thank you for the encouragement, Chris.
You know, just hold on to the word of the Lord. He's coming.
You know what?
I can't. Well, I'm not saying, you know, you have to share, but if you would like, what are your thoughts on age limits? You know, is there too young for you? Is there too old for you?
I don't know. Perhaps I'm immature, but I do feel like there is a too grown. I won't say too old, but there's a too grown for me. I am currently 32. I more recently have not even paid attention to anyone over the age of 36, 37 maybe. And I'm definitely not trying the dating younger than me anymore. I don't think. Did that one time against my own advice. I guess I probably should really and truly, the Holy Spirit was telling me it was a no all around, but he also happened to be younger than me. And well, here we are. And I'm not going to say what people always say about men and how they mature, but
Yeah, because that's not true.
that holds a little bit of weight. Not
Nope.
as much as people like to say, but just a little. That's all. God bless. That's all.
I'll say for myself, maturity is a very important factor. But maturity doesn't have much to do with age. Most of the time, I've been learning my 37 years of life, but also age is a factor for me. I feel where I'm at, I want a woman at least to be 28, 29. I feel like by that age, you're at least got certain things in terms of career, education, life experience out the way. But also because I at least want at least one kid, hopefully. That's why I would want someone who's between 28, 36, you know what I'm saying? So also that's why I look at age being a factor in terms of having a family. Because that's also an important factor. So
Yeah, I know for myself, I really don't know what would be what would make sense, because like Antoine, like I do want to have at least one child of my own. But I know that women are able to have it's like they're able to have children older, but I don't really know what the safe cutoff is for that. But I know I'm almost 40 years old, so I wouldn't want to go older by much, if at all. But in a conversation with Vanelle, actually, I think earlier this year, she said me being 38 now, if I was talking to someone that was 30, she would think it was weird.
I did.
So I didn't think that would be a problem.
But see, I think it's different for guys. I don't know. But no. I think it depends on the person, because I think there are some women. Well, we know there are some women who will date men 10 years and more.
Well, that's not a question. I'm not.
So
we're not even going to go there. But
so
the other thing that I was, the other thing that I was going to say. No, the other thing that I was going to say is so at the time, you said 30 would be weird to you, but another friend of ours that's younger than you said an age that was even younger. Not anything illegal, Let me just put that out there.
Thank you.
Nothing on the Marcus Houston spectrum, but
Hey, man.
but definitely out of college, like
Mm-hmm.
probably like getting ready to leave grad school or something like that, like around that
Okay.
age. And so I know a woman in her mid to late 20s could be mature enough, or at least have the mindset to for us to communicate on that level. But like, I just don't know. I think I just need to meet people. I just need to be out there, because I'm
We'll
not.
see.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not really rushing the process either way. So it's like, I get out there, I just meet who I meet, talk to who I talk to, make friends, and
Yeah, and the age thing really only comes up when you're kind of talking about like dating apps, because sometimes if you meet a person in person, you don't like just ask them their age. Like, that's not like, what's your name? How old are you? Like, that's not.
Well, the reason why I'm kind of confused in that area, I don't want to say confused, but it's like a question, is because when I was younger, I was so strict about it. Especially because I was kept back and I was 18, still in high school. Well, once I turned 18, I was like, I ain't talking to none of y'all right now unless I know you're my age or older at this point. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's because I think people made age a big deal, but I think, like Antoine said, it's really more about the maturity. And if you start talking to the people first, that's dangerous at the same time, because then you find out later how old somebody is. You be like,
hold on, I just saw one of the comments, and I wanted to reply to it. I just happened to look over and see it, so I don't know who else said anything, but Phoebe said, there are plenty of ways to have a biological child. You don't have to deny the whole woman on that. I agree with you. I'm just not really educated in that area, so I don't want to deny anyone because of that, which is why I was saying, like, I'll just talk to people and get to know people. But just as far as my preference is concerned, like, if it's safer to be with someone that's a little bit younger, then that's where my preference is. I'm open to God doing whatever he want to do.
And I would say that it's actually interesting, which is why I wanted to bring this up, even about the whole like age range thing, because I feel like it's, for me, it's something that it really depends on the couple, and it depends on their situation and what works for them. Because the same way, we may think it's weird and stuff about Marcus Houston and his wife. A lot of women that I know love Torrey Roberts and Sarah Jakes, and
they have a
big gap too. It's just so happened that she was in her 20s when they got married, but still, he's in his 40s and she just turned 32. So, their age gap when they first got married, it was kind of the same thing. Like, oh wow, that's a pretty significant age gap. But sometimes depending on like how much we know about someone or what we know about them, we know her maturity level, we know where she comes from, so we're like, oh yeah, that's fine, like they're good together. But because we don't know the situation, we just know she's 19, that's all we know of her, we don't know anything else, it's like pedophile, so it's one of those things that I think it is interesting. I have my like, yes, this is what I would prefer, but at the same time, like I said, I'm single. I don't know who God is intending for me, because if I did, they'd be right here next to me, like, hello, this is the person. But I don't know, and so it's very possible that God has somebody that's in their 40s. Like, am I gonna say no because you're in your 40s? And God's like, but this is who I'm telling you is no, God, they're 40. Like, take them back, Jesus. Like,
back to the lab.
Yeah, back. And he's like, but you've been begging me and pleading and crying about this. I send them, and you're like, So I think that is something that is very it depends on maturity. Like Phoebe was saying, I think she said it earlier. Nope, it was Janine. Age doesn't equate to maturity. Phoebe was the other comment. It's a lot of old, young, and old fools out there. So
Amen.
like,
people been in the church for 30 some years, ain't got no bit of Jesus.
Ain't learn a lick of sense. So that's where I stand on it now. You know, leaving it up to God and letting him decide, but at the same time, I'm not just gonna go out and look for someone because they're older or younger. Like, just gonna let the chips fall where they may. So that is all that I have for today. If anyone else had any questions that they wanted, let me see. I don't know if I missed any questions. But if anyone else had anything that they wanted to say or bring up before we close, any other final comments, questions, concerns? Anyone on Facebook, if you have anything else you would like to say before we close as well.
Anthony's in there wilding.
Being messy
Anthony
in the comments.
Oh, Anthony?
Anthony's ridiculous.
I'm just gonna say, what I find to help these days is to really just know who you are in Christ, first of all, because at the end of the day, first of all, being single could drive you crazy because you feel lonely, right? But like Chris said, you have companions, you have friends, and there's other things that, you know, fill that void. But I've made my peace with God and saying, you know what, God, if it was so that you were going to return prior to me finding a husband, it is well. And that will just have to be my story. But Lord, if you see fit to send the man of God my way, I will also receive, you know? But I try to just be very mindful. And I think that kind of goes back to what I was saying about the whole casual dating is, I don't know, I'm just very careful about who I spend my time with also, because I don't feel like I need to be in everybody's space all the, you know, I got my friends and that's pretty much it. But, I don't know, just be led by the Holy Spirit. I mean, it's hanging out with people is cool, but also, you know, protect yourself, people of God. Don't just be loving up on everybody and anybody. Be led by the Holy Spirit. Seriously. You get messed up. I know somebody got some testimonies up on here on tonight. You get messed up messing around with these people out here. That's all I'm gonna say.
Before we keep going with you guys' final thoughts, there's a question that came in.
Oh boy.
From Michaela.
Oh God.
I will
Cut
ask.
her off. Cut her off too.
I will ask before we end, and it's about blind dates. Have any of you all been on blind dates? And would you be open
I was
to a
on
blind?
one recently, so I can answer what question.
What did he say?
Wait,
Sorry.
Antoine,
I was literally on a blind date like 2 weeks ago, so that's interesting that they asked that.
I've not been on a blind date. I think there's only a handful of people I would even trust to set me up on a blind date. But that, I don't know, sounds like a recipe for disaster, but who knows? I don't know. Antoine, let me ask you, who set you up on the blind date?
That's a funny story. I'll say this. I'll say this much. The person that set me up on a blind date didn't know me too well.
Okay.
It was like, hey, I have a friend.
Okay.
You know, they seem like a good fit. And actually, the young lady was a perfect fit. Like what I'm actually looking for. She hit every single checkbox, literally. But she friends on me like after one date. I was like, wow,
Oh, man.
that sucks. Like literally from looks to faith, personality, even same bad pun sense of humor. Everything was there, you know. It is what it is. So gotta learn to take projection. You know?
Yeah, I have not been on a blind date. I probably will never go on a blind date. Like Vanessa was saying, I don't think there's anyone I trust enough to set me up with anyone. I've had people try, a couple of people. I'm not gonna act like it was a whole bunch of them, but some of them being family members. And when I saw who they were talking about, I was like, they don't know me. y'all don't know me. Nothing wrong with the young women. It's just nah, you know. And I have to be okay with having my preference because I'm not everyone else's preference. I was gonna turn me down, but I have been turned down. I've had my fair share of no's, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta pass some out myself, you know. Kyle, no, you cannot try. I love you, brother, but no. Like I would just prefer knowing that a young lady is just as interested in getting to know me as I am getting to know her. You know what I'm saying? Even some of my best friends, like they may have just been like just throwing names out there, but some of the people that they were like, you know, hey, you should talk to her. I'm like, fam, why? You know, no disrespect to them, but just no, you know what I'm saying? So nah, no blind dates. That's a no for me, dog. Ariel?
No for me, dog.
See, I'm open to going on a blind date, and none of my friends will set me up on one. So,
Girl, we trying to find them out here. First of all, we gotta find them first.
Oh man,
nobody right now. We're supposed to be this is the thing. We're supposed to be social distancing right now. So we literally, this is anti-dating season.
This is the perfect time for blind dates because you set up a blind Zoom call.
Okay, you can just leave at any time.
Nah, I went on a date in person actually.
Yeah, it's possible.
How, Sway? How?
Went to the 99, had a good meal, chilling.
That's why our number's still up. You out there dating every which way. Stay out the streets.
But no, that's my answer. I'm open to blind dates. I mean, I already said before. What else I got going on? Like, I just said I was in the invisible ministry that Chris was talking about. So, better chance than whatever. No, I like getting to know people. That's why. That's the actual truth. That's the real reason. I like learning people's stories. I like getting to know about people. And then if I'm not feeling you any other kind of way, then God bless you. God keep you. I'll see you at the conference. So that's just it. So that's why I'm not opposed to a blind date. But yeah, that is.
Hey Chris, would you ever blind date your wife?
Oh my gosh.
Yo, get out of here. Block him.
Oh my gosh. With that being said,
y'all just turn the lights off and just eat in the dark.
Yo.
With that being said,
I feel like the joke I was gonna say wasn't going.
That's for after hours.
Oh no!
After the Zoom.
Oh no!
That's for after the Zoom.
I tried to end it.
My ears.
Facebook will get banned.
Right.
Nope.
Zoom after dark.
Oh my gosh! All right, everyone. Thank you all.
You guys are funny.
Thank you, Antoine. Thank you, Vanessa. One more time for the people who came in late.
Huzzah. Huzzah.
Antoine and Vanessa, let the people know where they can find you, what you all are up to.
So as it says on the screen, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know what I thought. Chris, please. My Instagram hashtags NillaBW and also at This Joy Blog. Follow me. hopefully I could bring some joy to your life. This is just a sample of how foolish I am on a regular basis. As Lawrence says, I have a lot of shenanigans, so come and be a part. That's probably why I'm single now, all the shenanigans, huh?
Maybe.
No, guys, that's not positive. That's not positivity. I'm single because I stay in the house, but it's whatever.
Yeah, you can
That's
find
all.
me, find me on Instagram, DJ Triple Threat 777.
Oh, we're
Find
having
me on
trouble hearing you, bro.
Facebook. For real? Hold on.
Yeah.
Any better now?
No, still. I think it's your microphone.
Weird. Hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, hit me up on Instagram at DJ Triple Threat 777. Same with Mixcloud, DJ Triple Threat 777 to hear my latest mixes for Word on the Street, and also the All Pro Bro Sports Show, which is also on Google Podcast, Spotify, Castbox, Mixcloud. Trying to get on Apple Podcasts, talk sports, Jesus, hip hop, everything, you name it. All sports, even esports, nothing's excluded. And Facebook.com/DJ Triple Threat 3. So it's on my socials and links.
Nice. Chris and Lawrence, you have anything else you want to say before we end?
Yeah, I'll just say, I'll just add on to the thank yous. We had a great time tonight with everyone in the comments. Yeah, and I think I said before, we want to try to get our Facebook page to 1,000 likes. So if you haven't already, please like the page, and also if you haven't, please share it. Share the video, share this video on your page, and help us get there.
And so yeah, this was great. This was fun. Like Lauren said, share the video, share the page, tell a friend, keep people coming back, man, because this was, super fun. I think we all had a good time. I think we're all Shenanigans McGee out here. That might be our code names. But yeah, no, this was fun. This was great.
Yeah.
And do it again soon, guys. We should
Anthony's
check up in a couple months.
Yeah. And Anthony's banned, fam.
Yo. Never to enter again.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, I really do have like the craziest friends on the planet.
All right, everyone. Thank you all so much. We'll be back next week with another episode. Remember, if you all have anything that you all want to talk about, let us know. Put it on our page. Send us a message, whatever it is, because we got some more things that we need to talk about. We need to discuss. So we will see you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Gang, gang.